Welcome to the Namaste Show, radio to inspire enlightened living. Namaste simply means the spirit of love in me honors the spirit of love in you, and all is well. I'm Charlotte McGinnis, your host, and I thank you for joining me today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Namaste Show. I'm your host, Charlotte McGinnis, and I thank you so much for joining me today. You know, it's been just such a wonderful journey for me to be back on the radio. I was actually a radio host in Florida for a number of years on a local AM station. And then I went on to Blog Talk Internet Radio, which I still am a part of. And I do love that. I really think that the Blog Talk gives you an opportunity to touch people that you would never have an opportunity to on local radio. But on the other hand, local radio is an opportunity for me to connect with all of my friends here in my Henderson community. So many of you all have been on this journey with me for spiritual awakening, and I'm really grateful to you for your support. I started the Namaste Center just about a year ago, and we have created a wonderful sanctuary for healing. We have seminars and workshops, and then we also have a wonderful Sunday celebration service. And one of the blessings that I have is that I've been just overwhelmed with all of the wonderful people who continue to call me and say, I want to speak at your center. Well, there is a revolution that we're living in, and it's a good one. It's a spiritual revolution of awakening. And it's time for us to really look at where we are in our world and where we are in consciousness and wake up and really live as our best and highest selves. And what is included in that? What does it look like to be a spiritual being? What's it feel like to be a spiritual being? Well, everything is really spiritual, and everything is really happening for our highest and best good, even though it may not feel like it for the moment. It's been said that we don't see the world as it is, but we see the world as we are. So they say, change your thoughts, change your world. One of the greatest analogies that I was presented a few years ago was, let's look at the world as a movie screen. And let's just say you're up at the Flat Rock Cinema, and all of a sudden, probably not now that they got all that fancy new equipment, but in the past, maybe the film went awry. You don't see Howard running out down to the screen and saying, oh my goodness, I must fix the screen. No, he or his staff goes directly to the projector room, and they fix the projector. And then, guess what? The movie's back on, and we're enjoying it as if we never missed a beat. Well, same holds true for us. Our projector is our consciousness. Our projector is our mind. So our dominant thoughts are really just projecting and showing us where we are. So, for example, you're experiencing lack, or you're experiencing sickness, or maybe a difficulty in a relationship. It's not a bad thing. It is what it is. But you do have the opportunity to make some changes and shift it from an experience of fear to love, or pain to comfort, whatever feels good to you. So today I found this great little quote, except I'm going to expand on it for the next 30 minutes, or a little less than that actually. But you know, I am so grateful. I love Facebook, and I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook as well. And one of the really cool things about it is that you get these great quotes, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like, oh, that makes so much sense. And then you push the share button, and then before you know it, you see 100 of your friends have shared it as well. So we're literally taking Facebook and using that as a means of expanding consciousness, expanding our spiritual awakening. And I really think that that is a blessing of Facebook. Now, some of you may say, oh, Facebook, that's a bunch of dung. That's not anything any good. It's just a bunch of garbage people put on there. They put their, drinking pictures on there, or crazy other quotes and sayings. But I choose to see it as a means of healing and a means of awakening. And for me, since I've chosen to see it that way, that has been my experience. Well, one of the quotes or listings that I got just recently is actually what I'm going to be sharing with you all today. and that is the 12 symptoms of spiritual awakening. So, we do the work. We go to church. We go to temple. We meditate. We pray. We hike. We develop our own personal relationship with our higher self. And we want to live from that premise. So what's that barometer? What are we going to see differently in our lives as we awaken to our spiritual nature? Well, I'm going to just start here. We've got 12 steps, and I'm going to go through them. And no, it's not 12 steps of AA, although I know those pretty well, too. I think the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous is a wonderful program. But today we're going to focus on 12 symptoms of spiritual awakening. So number 1, think about this. This is awesome. An increased tendency to let things happen rather than make things happen. Have you ever just felt like life is so difficult and it's a struggle? So you feel like you have to work harder, do more, and just really struggle through whatever you're going after. Well, it seems like the more we do that, nothing seems to get better. It just seems to get worse because we're trying to swim upstream. We're going against the flow. I love row, row, row your boat. It has such a great message. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So what if we could just make it that easy? Just let go of the oars and float downstream. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, yeah, that's really great advice. I'll just float down the stream and nothing good's going to happen because I'm not doing anything. Actually, it's the contrary to that. I am a very active, productive person, but I'm doing it from a different frame of mind than I did in the past. I'm actually creating my life with passion, and I'm choosing to do things that make my heart sing and that serve others. So as a result, since I'm following my heart, I'm surrendering to my higher self, who I choose to call God. You may have a different name for it, but I say, just show me what to do, where to go, what to say, and to whom. And when I come from that premise, life is easy. It's no longer a struggle. Well, number 2, this is really a tough one, folks. Frequent attacks of smiling. Well, what about that? Isn't it much more fun to smile than to frown? One of my Miracle Minutes says that when we're smiling, when we're happy, that really, all of a sudden, the conflict doesn't exist. So I'm always choosing to find books, movies, activities, friends that make me smile. And then, as I build on that, I seem to be happier all the time. I'm smiling all the time. I even had a woman say to me one time, if you really understood what this spiritual teaching is all about, you wouldn't be smiling all the time. And I thought to myself, whoa, well, if that was what it was about, I don't think I would be interested. I like the Dalai Lama. He's always giggling, he's happy, and he's an example of a person who is always choosing to smile. Don't take yourself so seriously. Choose things that are really fun for you. This is another one, number 3, feelings of being connected with others and nature. We are so blessed. I really feel like that Henderson County and the surrounding areas is truly the most beautiful place on earth. We have wonderful opportunities to hike, to be in nature, and there is nowhere in the world that I've ever seen and experienced such beauty. One of my favorite places is going to Carl Sandburg. I love the goat barn. I love those little baby goats. I want a goat, but I don't think my neighborhood's going to let me have one, unfortunately. But so I have to get my fix by going over to Sandburg's. But from the goat barn, I take a walk right on up to the top of Big Glassy Mountain. And boy, when you get up there, I know a lot of you all have been up there. It is just spectacular. And when I'm up there just seeing the mountain ranges, I feel like I am truly in heaven. It's just an experience that is so wonderful. I think that we don't get enough of nature sometimes, and I crave it. And I just really suggest that we all take a little more time to smell the roses, as they say. Get outside and enjoy our beauty, because there's nowhere you could go that would be as beautiful. I know friends of mine are always saying, oh, I'm going to take a vacation here or there. And I used to love to travel. I'm not so crazy about it anymore. Certainly open to it, but just doesn't seem to be something that I'm choosing to do at the moment. And that's because I feel like I found heaven right here. I can't find anywhere that feels so good. And when I'm outside enjoying it and seeing the nature, seeing the beauty, seeing the bears, the wild turkeys, all the beautiful aspects of this area, can't beat it. So I really find that my temple is in nature. So on the next symptom, which is also really, I think, just such an important integral role in our spiritual awakening. Because when we become tuned in spiritually, when we become happy, when we connect with nature, when we're kinder, what happens is we just begin to see life and experience life with full appreciation. I've just learned to have gratitude for all things. I appreciate the simplest things. If I see a new flower blooming in my yard, or I just see a wild animal, or I just have an opportunity that someone did something kind for me, or gives me a little gift, whatever it is, nothing fancy, I just say thank you to life. You know, it's been said that the more we focus on gratitude and appreciation, it's as if the universe gives us more to be grateful for. And I definitely, from personal experience, know that to be the case. Have you ever thought about when you're feeling like, I have nothing to be grateful for? Oh, my life stinks. And guess what? True, because you're perpetuating it with your negativity. We can all find something to be grateful for. Yes, I know for many times are very difficult right now, but I don't think that we have to go through that experience in a suffering manner. I think that we can truly turn it around a great deal if we just focus on appreciation and gratitude. The simplest thing, a smile from someone, getting up in the morning, just look outside. All of those things are things that we can be grateful for. Those small steps will lead us to bigger and greater things if we just take the time to appreciate what we have rather than that which we don't. Now this one I love, spontaneity. So often people are just tied down to, their schedule. And if it's not on my schedule or in my routine, then I better not do it because that's not conscious. Well, I think actually the contrary is true. I love to think and act with spontaneity rather than from fear based on past experience. And actually, what keeps us from being spontaneous in life is because of our programs. And we're afraid, oh my goodness, if I don't follow this regimen, this schedule, then what's going to happen is I'm going to do something wrong. I'm going to be a bad person. But just allow yourself, if you have that urge, you know what? I'm going to drive to Asheville today. I'm going to take the afternoon off from work and I'm going to take a hike. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to cook something tonight for dinner that I saw on the Food Channel. Whatever it is, be spontaneous. Get yourself out of that mundane day-to-day schedule that many of us tend to follow and allow yourself to do something spontaneous and different. Grab some friends. Have a great time because when we do that, then we are really beginning to experience what life is all about. And we're not coming from fear, but we're coming from excitement and love and passion. Now, before we go into the break, I'd like to just go into number 6 here. And that is that when we're living in a spiritual awakening consciousness, we have an unmistakable ability to enjoy each moment. Boy, isn't that a nice way to be? I believe that the more spiritually awake or evolved we are, that we don't need the conditions of the world to be a certain way for us to be happy, but rather we can just be happy for the sake of being happy. We can choose peace at any moment. It's not the conditions of our life that are really causing the pain and suffering, but rather our perception of it. I follow a teaching A Course in Miracles, which is described as being a teaching in spiritual psychotherapy. So it says, seek not to change the world, but rather change your mind about the world. So when I choose to live in appreciation, gratitude, live from my heart, and just embrace everything in life, then what happens, I enjoy every single moment and all is well. You know, happiness is a choice. I know we'd like to say, but you don't know my life, Charlotte. Well, I can sit here and make you cry with some things in my life, but I'm not going to go there. And I don't want to join you there either, because I hold a higher vision for you. I hold a vision in my mind where everybody is happy and thriving and gets along. And that is a vision I will carry with me the rest of my life, because from my own experience, I know it's possible for every one of you. So as we go into our commercials here, please listen and support my sponsors, because they have been so wonderful in helping to make this time possible with you today. And think about the 6 symptoms that we talked about here during the break. And after the break, we'll go over 6 more, and we will be transformed at the bottom of the hour. Fitness for the body, mind, and soul, your one-stop shop for overall well-being in Hendersonville's only holistic health and wellness center. Jennifer Bird, award-winning bodybuilder and Hendersonville's best personal fitness trainer, will work with you to create a program to attain your optimal body. I love my therapeutic massages from Elena, facials with Claire, and then have an organic veggie juice or smoothie with Tony. Fitness for the body, mind, and soul also offers Zumba, Nia, Ageless Grace, boot camps, abs, stretch, yoga, and Tai Chi. Great membership deals are waiting for you. Come in for a tour today at 419 South King Street in downtown Hendersonville, or call us at 489-3855. See you there. Did you know that the words you speak create your reality? Since that's the case, you may want to pay attention to what you're saying. My good friend, mentor, and master teacher, Robert Tennyson Stevens, creator of Mastery Systems, is a pioneer in the influence of language, imagination, facilitation, and body language on activating and enjoying our dreams now. For more than 30 years, Bob has provided personal, team, and corporate facilitation. We are blessed to have Bob living right here in our own backyard, and we're grateful to him for offering his seminars at the Namaste Center. Make sure you check out Bob's website, masterysystems.com, or call his office for an appointment, 891-7500. Did you know that disease cannot live in an alkaline body? Of course, we all know that a healthy diet, abundant in fruits and vegetables, is good for us, but did you know that by drinking Kangen alkaline water, you can restore your body to homeostasis, which is its natural state for healing? Sound too good to be true? Give Ellen a call at 828-697-1556 to find out more about this miracle water. You can also visit her website, h2o-kangen.com. I've been drinking Kangen water for 3 years and I love it. Change your water, change your life. If you love your furry friends as much as I do, then you want their caretakers to love them too. My good friend Laura from Flat Rock Furry Friends and More loves your pets as much as you do. Our dogs squeal with excitement every time she comes to visit. She has been in business for 4 years, bonded and insured, and loves to provide day visits to your feline and canine friends. Call Laura today at 489-8009. Her initial visit and assessments are free. Your pets will love her, and you will too. Are you feeling like you would like more clarity and inner peace in your life? Are you looking for a unique and personal gift for someone? If you have not been to Emerald Lotus, you need to go. My friend Lori Fothergill has created an amazing sanctuary for the body, mind, and soul. Emerald Lotus has wonderful spiritual tools and gifts, workshops and classes, and spiritual guidance for anyone who is seeking more inner peace and awareness in their lives. Go see Lori today at 1750 Brevard Road in Laurel Park in Hendersonville. Her number is 693-0301. How would you like to get a great workout and have a lot of fun at the same time? Eric at Dancing Feet would love to introduce you to the world of ballroom dancing. His teaching technique is fun. Maybe you want to learn a sexy Latin dance, or you have a wedding coming up and you want to look dazzling on the dance floor. Eric is available to you for group or private lessons. He and his wife Michelle also host social dances and parties. Call Eric today at Dancing Feet, 692-1900. Visit Eric today at the Singleton Center in Flat Rock and tell him Charlotte sent you. Crystal Visions is a sanctuary for the spiritual seeker, providing resources for transformation and growth, including books, music, crystals, jewelry, and more, serving the greater Hendersonville community since 1989. In this sacred setting, you may experience spiritual and metaphysical teachings, guidance, meditation, sharing, and laughter. This is a safe haven for you to reflect upon and voice your thoughts about your earth journey. Their capable and loving staff reflect a broad spiritual background that serves to enhance your experience here. Crystal Visions honors and welcomes all paths. Visit Blair today at 5426 Asheville Highway in North Hendersonville, 687-1193. Thai food is not only delicious, but it's good for you too. My favorite Thai food is Hendersonville's first Thai restaurant, Thai Spice. Jan and Nook share their authentic Thai recipes with the freshest ingredients available and create dishes pleasing to your taste buds and your tummy. Their friendly, accommodating servers and staff make the experience all the more enjoyable. Stop by soon and check out Hendersonville's best Thai food. There's a good chance I'll be there too. You can see them at 220 South King Street in Hendersonville, 693-7323. Welcome back, everyone. I actually gave a big call, didn't I? I said at the end of the hour, or the bottom part of the hour, you'd be enlightened. Now you may think, oh, that's crazy, that's impossible. But you know what? Actually, it's not impossible. If we have a strong enough will to focus our hearts on only love, then awakening is just a choice. It's a decision. So you don't even have to actually wait till the bottom of the hour. You can do it right now. Heaven and hell are basically states of mind. So in any moment, I'm choosing one or the other. So if you choose to be in love, live from your heart in this moment, you'll be enlightened. In truth, you already are enlightened. You just forgot. So anyway, I'm going to go in here right into number 7. We're working on the 12 symptoms of spiritual awakening. And number 7 is a loss of the ability to worry. Can you imagine not having a thing in your life to worry about? How would your life be different? What would it feel like? I would imagine it would feel a lot better than the worry. You know, worry is a choice. Yes, we have conditions and circumstances in our lives that we can say, well, I have to worry about this. This is horrible. I'm out of money. I've got a bad cold. I can't go to work today. My son is sick. All of these excuses we make to worry. But really, the situations are happening as they will, and worrying is just making it worse. So I would suggest, if you're in that cycle of worry, take a deep breath. Say to yourself, I can choose peace instead of this. I choose to be happy instead of worrying. And what happens when we're not worrying? First of all, we're more peaceful, we're happier, but we're also creating a space for healing to occur, for that miracle to occur, which the miracle is simply a shift in perception or experiencing it differently. So let go of the worry. I've managed to let go of a good bit of it. Can't say I've mastered it, but certainly I worry a lot less now than I have in the past. Now the next one, spiritual symptom number 7, spiritual awakening symptom, is one that we can all take heed to. When we awaken, we become much less interested in conflict. One of the quotes I used on my Miracle Minute, do you prefer to be right or happy? You know, we don't have to be in conflict. Actually, conflict is non-productive. We think we have to be in conflict with each other or with those who oppose our thoughts and views, but it really, as we move into this new paradigm of spiritual awakening, it's about honoring and supporting and loving everyone. And that starts with ourselves. One of my favorite quotes from A Course in Miracles is, "Those who see themselves as whole make no demands." When there's no conflict in me, I don't see it, or I don't need to see it in my life. I don't need to see it in my world. Yes, there is conflict when you turn on CNN and the other news stations, but really it is our choice of how we respond to it. And I can promise you, the more energy of love that we put out into the world, that is what we will see reflected back. You know, all of these generations of war, and God bless our veterans and those who have served us, and yes, it has served us. I'm not here to protest war. But I know that at this time, we can do things differently. We can come from a different place. It's time that we get along, honor, and support each other. What if we asked ourselves in every moment, what would be the most loving thing to do in this moment? Then miracles can come into our lives and the lives of others. Now we have another miracle here, another symptom, which is that we don't have an interest anymore in interpreting the actions of others. In other words, we're not, this one actually ties into the next lesson, which is number one, I don't have to interpret your actions. And number two, I don't have to judge you anymore. So by not judging you, I am literally freeing you to be the expression of love that you are. Most people I find who tend to judge a lot and condemn others are people, as I mentioned earlier, who are in conflict with themselves. The more at peace we become with ourselves, then the more at peace we can be with each other in the world. I always say if you have a strong emotional charge on something, it's not the situation, it's your perception or your judgment. So if you can just be willing to let go of that judgment, come from your heart, come from peace, then what happens is the whole world will reflect itself in a beautiful way. Now, the next symptom, number 11, is a loss of interest in judging self. Well, I'm a believer when I counsel my students and when I counsel my clients that, you know, all judgment is self-judgment and all healing is self-healing. The more healed I become, the more healed I see the world. So we got to let go of beating ourselves up. That is non-productive. Let's give ourselves some appreciation and some support. We're the only ones who can do that for ourselves. And what other people think of us, it doesn't matter. As they say, what other people think of me is none of my business. So really, let go of your own judgment, and then it doesn't matter what other people think. Number 12, this is the one that's going to lead to your awakening. You're all probably just going to turn into beings of light in this moment. But here is the big one, folks. Gaining the ability to love without expecting anything. You know, we've based love so much on conditions. In other words, I'll love you if. And if you do this, I'll love you. But I won't love you if you do that. That's not love. That is entrapment. That is, I believe that God loves us totally and unconditionally, and that each of us is here to love in that same fashion. So let's let go of the need to judge and attack ourselves and each other, and let's just give for the sake of giving. Think of how God would give to us, how God loves us, and let's come from that space. Now, if you all are still here, if you haven't transcended yet or awakened, you will, don't worry. I'm really happy you joined me today. And there's more good topics to come in the future. But I'd like to invite you to our Sunday celebration service at the Namaste Center tomorrow, as I have a very special guest from Utah, Dr. Bradley Nelson. He's the creator of the Emotion Code and the Body Code, and he has had remarkable results in helping people to heal things that they had had no success with in the past through traditional means. Dr. Nelson is fantastic. You can do a little search on the website if you'd like, theemotioncode.com. But join us at 11 at the Namaste Center, 419 South King Street in Hendersonville. I really hope to see you there. If not tomorrow, every Sunday we're there, and we have lots of great things going on. You can also go to the website, which is in my name, or many names, but I'll give you this, charlottemcginnis.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Choose awakening, choose love, and live your best life. Thank you for listening today, and namaste. I invite you to join me every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. on WTZQ AM 1600 and on Sundays at 11 a.m. for the Sunday Soulful Celebration held at the Namaste Center at Fitness for the Body, Mind, and Soul, 419 South King Street in downtown Hendersonville. Go to our website, thenamasteshow.com, for more information. Until we meet again, Namaste.